You know when you've overtaken someone, or someone's let you out, or they've done something nice for you, and obviously as a Brit we feel that desire, that requirement that we have to thank said person, because we do. And obviously I always thank people for letting me out. It's the decent thing to do, isn't it? But you know them times when you've been let in and you're driving for a minute and you suddenly think, did I just thank that person, or have I just been ignorant and forgotten about them? And then in your head you start to think, I don't know, I can't remember if I did or not. And then you start to doubt yourself. But the problem is, by this point, a good solid minute's gone by, and will they know that you're thanking them for what you've done, or will they think that you're thanking someone else? But now you're overthinking it. But now even more time's passed, and you're thinking to yourself, well, what can I do? Should I thank the person? Have I already thanked them? Will thanking them again confuse them and think that I wasn't originally thanking them and I'm just pressing my hazard lights and or flicking my indicators backwards and forwards? Yep, it's a conundrum, and it's a very British problem in fairness. I am the Big Daddy. This is Except for Access. This is my new t-shirt that I've got. And by the way, thank you so much to my wife, Chris, and Sam K for providing me with this frigging t-shirt. It says, I don't know if you can read that, it says, just sit there and be ginger. Now, I'd like to just state for the record, my beard, which is what they're saying it's ginger. It's not ginger, it's strawberry blonde. There is a definite difference, not ginger. I don't know why this insinuation is coming through. There's even some grey in there. It's somewhere around here. Obviously I can't see it, 'cause I can't see the camera, but the reality is not ginger. Really need that made clear. And if you don't understand this is a reference from our podcast, mine and Chris's podcast, Just Another Trucking Podcast, which, if you don't know the reference, you haven't listened to it yet. What are you doing with your life? Go and listen to it. Don't obviously stop this video to go and listen to it, but after you finish listening to it, or tomorrow or the next day when you're driving, go and listen to it. It's about trucks. We've got comedy, we've got trucks, we've got salmon, lots of things. Now I know what you're thinking. What's the plan, Batman? Firstly, I'm not Batman. I don't like insinuations like that, so please don't call me Batman. And secondly, the plan is we're taking sand. And I think I'm sure they said there was it 52 loads going out to this place? Now, I don't know if I'm on them 52 loads. Obviously, I'm not taking all of them, my word. That would be a highly profitable week. But yeah, there's a lot of loads going out. I think I might be bouncing between two places. It's only about an hour and a half, so I should be able to get a few in. We'll see. We can see what we'll do. That being said, it is like 11:05 now, and I'm only just setting off from my first one. I've come down, obviously, from Preston. We're not near anywhere. We're kind of near Bedford-ish. Right, anyways, enough of that jibber jabber. Let's what? Okay, that's creepy. My McDonald's app has just detected that I've gone past McDonald's, and it's just sent me a deal through. That technology's weird. Right, it's not lunchtime yet. Let's crack on. Enough of the jibber jabber. Let's get to site. I was unaware that this site was within the M25. It makes me very nervous. I don't like being this close to London. Now my colleague's called us, Mark. He's ahead of us. He's nearly 40 minutes ahead of us. How the hell he's done that, I don't know. I'm guessing I might catch him up in a bit. I had to get fuel, and I got stuck on, in fact, I got stuck on two sites, so that might have done it, in fact. But he's called to say that I need to back in to where I need to be. don't drive forwards down. Apparently the first driver got there and made that mistake, and he had to reverse all the way back down. Yeah, not something you ever want to have to do. After speaking with the customer on the phone, he says best thing to do is to go past the site. Hell, it's a bit bumpy down here, like. Go past the site, there's somewhere to turn around past the traffic lights, he says, and then get turned, come back round, and then it'll be easier to turn. I think the site is on the left-hand side, he says, so I'm guessing if I don't do that, I'll have a blind side turn into the spot. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing blindsiders, but if there is the option of not doing a blindsider, that's always better. And after doing this, I think I'm going to Southampton, maybe? I don't know if I'm taking something to Southampton. I don't know if I'm just driving down there and collecting. I can't be, that's too far away. I must be collecting and heading down there. But freaking hell. But then I don't really understand, because I thought I was on these 52 loads. I don't know. Best thing to do, I guess, is just accept that I'm not going to get told, and I'll find out when I find out. I'm stunned because this is really green. There's like trees and stuff. But I've checked it on the map. I'm within the M25. I didn't know they had trees here. Oh, there's a black cab. Must be London. But the thing is, I've not seen any graffiti anywhere. There must be different sections of it, like. And this must be, I'm guessing this must be like posher London, because I know that London already has posh bits. Yeah. Now, he reckons, oh, is this my lad here? Right, okay, I see what we're doing. That should be a nice fun turn, but yeah, he is right. Turning around, coming back on myself is going to be the better option by a huge distance. Now, what he says is if I go through the traffic lights, there should be somewhere to turn around. That's what he says anyways. Oh, can I get turned at this? No, there's no way I'm not getting turned at that, like. Well, I could, but not without ripping my tyres off, which I'm not enormously keen on doing. What, can I turn right down here? I am going to do a wacky manoeuvre here. Is he fucking driven? Just fucking hit me and driven off! I honestly can't fucking believe that. That's on fucking camera as well. Honestly, I'm fucking astonished, like. Don't get wrong, it's not the most usual manoeuvre, but still, it's just fucking hit me and just driven off. Yeah, I'm gonna tell the boss that. Put hazards on, just so basically say I'm about to do something silly. I need to go and then back up there. Coming around, coming around, coming around, coming around, coming around. I'm on my way to go and pick up peas. Mark didn't get the job for peas last week, but I've got them. So yeah, I like getting different loads and going to different places. It's always fun. Now, if I'm honest with you, the incident, the crash, the knock, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, it's been playing through my mind like a million times. The problem is, I suffer from anxiety, and when you're like me, you get anxiety, you do have a tendency to just kind of play stuff over and over and over again in your head. And I was trying to think, have I done anything wrong there? We're not at fault, but could I have done anything to help prevent it? Could I have done something safer? And I've made phone calls, and so I have reviewed the footage. But before I did, I knew what was in my head as to what happened, and that was, I was coming up, I was trying to find somewhere to get turned. There was very limited places. I was told that I could get turned after the traffic light. I found the spot just next to the school, which, if I'm honest with you, wasn't ideal, but it was anything. There was, not really many choices to pick from. And I did check with one of my colleagues, and apparently the other place really wasn't much better than that. And I was trying to think, well, what? Did I do something wrong? I mean, I was moving, so is that 50-50? I mean, I checked around me, I'd seen that the guy was stopped. I don't know. With that one there, I don't know. That's obviously, that's down to insurance companies and police to deal with that part there. Because I really don't know. I would be interested to hear what you guys think about that. Was I in the wrong there with that? But then the other side to it is, was there something I could have done to make the situation safer? Should I have waited? Should I have gone down further? Should I have done something differently? And I'm racking my brains to think if there was something I could do better, different, to have avoided that situation. I followed what the guy said. Went past the traffic lights, there was somewhere to turn around. The other spot, which I think was a little bit further along, was pretty much as bad. Stopping and waiting could have caused more issues because I was outside of school. Now, I'd obviously checked before I started doing the manoeuvre to make sure there was no one around there, and there wasn't, so I was happy performing it there. If I'd waited, a school kid could have come out, a parent or a teacher might have just seen a truck just parked and come alongside, and next thing, the back end comes swinging in and takes it out, and that causes more problems. So what about more signals? Should I have maybe I should have wound my window down and signalled with my hands, say, I'm performing something, stop back there. Maybe I should have done, I don't know. Just something to kind of say, I'm performing a wacky manoeuvre. I mean, the reality is the highway code does state that vehicles may need to perform a manoeuvre and you do need to give them a wider berth, but should I have been, should I have been a little bit more forceful with my actions, as in like basically saying stop there? Should I have kind of commanded the road a bit better? I mean, I don't know. The problem is I've been racking my brains to try and kind of work it out, see if I did something, maybe not wrong per se, but could I have done something better? Could I, in essence, could I learn from this and kind of carry it forward? I do feel frustrated with myself. I feel like maybe I shouldn't have assumed that the guy would wait, and the guy essentially would be courteous. The very simple reality is the guy failed to stop. I think in his eyes he made the mistake there, and I think that's the reason why he didn't stop. Unfortunately for him, I've got all my cameras recording, and although I haven't shown it on there, I have got his license plate, I've got the company, stuff like that. I mean, that part there, I'm not going to kind of discuss what after this what's happened legally, stuff like that. That's not really to do with the vlog. That's now down to the companies. But what I want to know is, could I have done better? We're about 10 minutes out from site. We're going to a farm to pick up these peas that I was talking about. I figured I'd show you guys the full journey of these peas, because it requires using the grain hatch, and I would suspect like a bin and stuff like that. And if I can, it'd be nice to actually show you guys, because I don't think I've ever shown that on camera. What I can tell you is I have a few cars behind us, and there's nowhere really good for them to overtake. So what I would rather do is I'm going to try and find somewhere to let them pass, and I think this might be the spot just here. Oh yeah, we'll do this bit here. It's going to be perfect for you. Come on, come on, wakey wakey. Oh, you're welcome, don't worry about it. Anytime! Just point out, I let them pass for selfish reasons, as much as it's nice for them to kind of be able to kind of crack on. Still, that being said, a thank you, a wave, just something. You know, just something would be nice. And the reason why, it's just occurred to me, the reason why I let them pass, this is something I've explained maybe 2 years ago in an old Travis Perkins video. So if you know why, then credit where it's due. You've been watching for a while. Basically, because I'm not entirely sure where the farm is, so I might have to kind of slow down, stop, start, and it takes the pressure off me if I know there's no one behind me. Oh, I can't get in any further. Look at you little legend. Superstar. You get a good old pip as well. Just good puddle. I think it's just absolutely heaved it down here. It's really pretty. And if I've learned anything from Midsummer Murders, the murder rate around here must be enormous. Let's give the farmer a quick call. Yeah.
Well, you're miles away, so yeah, you have to put that one in. You're at least half an hour away in the wrong direction.
Oh, that's not awesome.
Right. No. Okay, we'll put that postcode in and you'll see where you've got to go.
Right, grand job, thank you.
Thank you, bye.
So, contacted the farmer, he says it's the wrong postcode. And it's about a quarter of an hour away where it should be, which I guess in the grand scheme of things isn't too bad. So what we'll do is we're going to pretend that I'm on site, not a problem at all. We're going to pretend it's just here. I'm going to splice the video as if you guys had no idea. I've been doing time lapses since the very start. In fact, that's the channel was supposed to just be kind of time lapses. It wasn't supposed to feature my face. Obviously, it does now, but that's not what it was supposed to be about. And since I started, I've had a very trusty setup, a magnetic GoPro attachment, and it has been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I obviously do. I actually have a daily checklist. Idea being, if there's any of the mounts that are looking like they could break or anything like that, I'll swap them out. I've got a surplus of GoPro arms and stuff like that, just in case I ever need to. One thing I did was the screw that attached to the actual magnetic mount was very loose, and I kept it intentionally so. Obviously it wouldn't come off, but if a branch hit it, there was a strong gust of wind, something like that, then it would basically collapse in on itself and it would go flat against the side of the truck, or it would kind of fold in, and basically that was intentionally the weakest link. And that was something that I'd learned to do from the very beginning. Now, last week when I was at a farm, and I didn't actually put this in the recording, but basically I found that it had damaged the magnetic mount, and so it would no longer just move inwards. My intention was to replace it like next week after I get paid from the YouTubers. So, but for now, I thought I still need the footage. I will keep it outside. I'll just try and watch out for it. This morning, it's hit a branch and it's gone. I've lost it. Yeah. So not only have I had someone crash into me this week and then drive off, I've now lost a pretty expensive camera. Now, don't get me wrong, I know this is my fault. I've only got one person to blame, and it is very much myself. I shouldn't have put it out there, knowing that the basically the safety as such that would have stopped this from happening wasn't there. And I'm just pissed off with myself. It's Friday, and if I'm honest with you, I've not recorded for a couple of days. I've not been in a great mood, and I wouldn't have made for very good vlog footage. Essentially, I've just been darting between two sites, collecting one thing off one site, delivering it, dumping it, collecting, and then doing backwards. And this is the last one of the backwards and forwards that we're on now. It's somehow both complicated and boring, which is in itself quite an achievement, I would say. The only thing of real note was I was driving along a residential dual carriageway, if you get me. So a bit like this, but with houses down the side, and it's like a 40. And I was driving down, this lady was following me, and she obviously lived in one of the houses further down. She then decided that the speed limit that I was doing, 40, was too slow, overtook me, realised a house was there, then indicated and then started braking when I had another vehicle on this side, and I damn near went into the back of her. And if I'm honest with you, I was so wound up at that point there, I did what I would, it's something very uncharacteristic of me, which is I actually shouted at her for it. I don't normally do that, but if I'm honest, like I said, just this week has very much wound me up. After this exchange, the lady then shouts, "If you weren't tailgating me, you wouldn't have got so close." And upon saying that, she had me it was like my brain just couldn't quite comprehend what she's just said. Because to quote SpongeBob SquarePants, that's not just regular stupid, that's advanced stupid. It's happened again. Friday's gone absolutely bananas. I think I may have put the recording in from this morning. Since then, it's occurred to me that when I agreed with my planner last night what I could do, I didn't realise how ambitious I was being. So currently I've got 2 hours and 11 minutes left, and it's going to take 2 hours and, well, just clicked over, 10 minutes to get to my last drop. That means I'm going to get to my last drop with less than a minute to spare. That's if it's correct. And in fairness, it usually is pretty bang on like. Thankfully, my boss is going to come out and he's going to complete the drop. Only issue is, I don't think he's ever used a tipper before. He's driven one, but he's never actually tipped anything out of it. So I'm going to have to teach him how to use it on a Friday afternoon in not the greatest location to be learning how to use a tipper. And then we have to talk about the future of the channel, which I know sounds quite foreboding. It's not. Basically, I'm making some changes to how the channel runs. There's been a few things pointed out to me, one of which is how many adverts there are. I won't go into like the basically how it all works, but the adverts that have been placed on there are done just automatically by YouTube, that it decides where to put them. On the last video I have taken some off, but yeah, you get the idea. Thing is though, less adverts equals less income, which I know is a mind-blowing fact that. And I do earn off the channel, obviously I do, adverts equals money, but one thing I was quite keen on from the start was that anything that Except for Access earns would then get invested back into Except for Access. And this is a hobby, something that I genuinely love doing. But it was never meant to be a business. I was never meant to be, I never kind of intended to be buying myself things. I'm trying to think of an example, I don't know, a car or something like that. It was always supposed to be anything that I earn from the channel would get reinvested back into the channel. That was something that was always very important to us. And even with the money that I have earned, it falls very short on what I've put back into the channel, or like I've bought for the channel. So far this year, I think I've spent pushing on $2.5 grand on different bits of equipment, cameras, a variety of other stuff. It's not a cheap channel to run. The cameras that you see here, the way that they're all set up, there's a logic behind it. And because of the amount of cameras that I have, it then has a knock-on effect to how long it takes to edit these videos. Now these videos take in excess every weekend of 10 hours to make. I've asked some of the other guys who do vlogs, and from what I can understand, I spend more time editing than a good bunch of them put together. These are very labour-intensive videos. So I am still wanting to invest more into the channel. I need new cameras. I need to replace the one that you see down there, and also as well the one that you see up here. And if you want to understand why, you can actually private message me, and if enough people ask me, I might make a separate video explaining the logic behind it. There is it'd take too long to explain on the vlog. So what am I doing about this? Well, firstly, the vlogs from not this one, but the next one are going to be moving to a Tuesday or a Wednesday. I've not decided yet. Either Tuesday or Wednesday or Monday. One of them 3 days. And I won't bore you with the reasons why I'm moving them to a midweek position, but it has to do with how YouTube basically checks and uploads, and basically it's all to do with the way that YouTube works behind the scenes. And again, if you are genuinely interested, feel free to message me. I find it interesting, most people don't. And that brings me on to what the whole point of this little segment's about. Patreon. Yes, I am setting my own Patreon up. I'm going to put links down below. Basically, if you think the channel's worth it, if you appreciate the work that I do here, support the channel. I am still working on like the different tiers, but there will be some quite cool little things. For instance, if you want to watch the un-YouTube checked version of the video on a Sunday, you still can. The video is going to still get uploaded on a Sunday, just the YouTube checks take so long. But basically, if you're not watching it with adverts, you don't need to wait for that. So you can just watch it straight away. So I'm going to make that something for the Patreon people. I'm also going to have special live streams, and I'm also kind of willing to take suggestions from the community and stuff like that. I'll be honest, I'm actually quite excited to start working with the community a little bit closer as such, and having kind of like friends of the channel, supporters of the channel. Yeah, it should be amazing. So if you want to find out more information about that, links are somewhere down below, maybe on the screen as well. I'll put all that stuff up. But I think I'm going to leave the video there. I've already given myself way too much editing to do. Thank you so much. You're all amazing, and we shall see you next time.